sides, all four sides, so that it looked matted out all the way around and no potential bug problems. Because the poison was like ever present. Okay.
You get like some off or something.
Yeah. Does this come off very weird? Or does it matter? Because I've always been one to be like half in, half out. I'll wear dress pants and then like some ridiculous shirt or vice versa. So we're gonna destroy the norms. That's really not what we're gonna do. Are we waiting on Noah?
No, he's coming.
Okay.
Let's do something. Let's do some purple belt curriculum stuff.
Okay. So let's see. On your back, if you will. I'm sure that you're familiar with this setup, but it's a really good one to work on. Let's rotate this. Like that, perfect. So we're in this kind of deal, which a lot of times causes the person to want to rotate to one side or the other. Like if they're advanced, you rarely will catch them like this unless they want to be.
Right.
Usually they're going to be on one side or the other, and we'll let them go one way and not the other. So I'm kind of like not letting you go that way to make you want to go this way. Just a long story short, that's why you're on this hip. So go like this. Yo.
Hey.
And one thing that we can do right here is slide, but give a little bit of room. Because what they want to do, put their elbow back on the
Right.
Yes, boom. So we're kind of like this. So one thing that we can do.
Take it easy.
One thing that we can do that you feel like this is not going to happen, this arm lock is not going to be finished from right here. I start working on this arm, pushing, whatever, and then scoop. When I scoop, I keep the hands from connecting and then immediately go to this wrist. So bump, like this. Now, if the guy is so strong that his wrist won't bend.
Oh, you're trying to bend it this way?
If it won't bend, so if we go like this, bump, and the wrist doesn't bend, then I'm gonna into the arm lock. And if at this point he starts defending the arm lock, I'm gonna sit up, start to bend the wrist, and then do it from here.
Oh, yeah.
But the point being is, a lot of times that does happen right there. When it does, boom. If the hand is off of the bicep, gravy. If it's on the bicep, no good. I can't do anything right here. So I can pull and then scoop. Now, if we're on the outside, it still is wrist lockable. But I might want to go here, lift. It's not going to happen. He goes right back in, but when he does, boom. I have to let go one hand for the other. So this looks like I'm going to lose it. If I let go right here, I'm going to lose it. You're pretty well stuck. I mean, where are you going to go? That way, this way, or hide your arm?
Hide it.
Right. You might push back into me. If I'm on my toes, you're not going to go that way. I'm not going to go this way because there's way too much balance. So we're going to be messing with this for a while. I always like to push this arm down because that usually causes some kind of a response. Usually. If it doesn't, so be it. We'll just start working on this arm. Stretch, step, punch. I normally then I'll make these fingers and then punch. If it goes, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Kind of this little modified setup. Lift. modified. Boom. I'm rolling my body so that I'm not physically lifting or doing anything to your arm. I'm just holding it. I'm getting a little bit more on the side of the arm. Rotate. So there's two things. One, the defense is too good, then work on pushing. Even if it means stepping this leg off. And when you go to step this leg off, of course they're gonna wanna catch it right there every single time, which is gonna prompt you to wanna do a foot lock.
Yeah.
But when you step, if you lean, no problem. You're not gonna even get close. But I basically gotta put my arm in the pocket, head down, and then step off. I'm like heavy, head down to step. Because if my knee is touching and I step, it's gonna get caught. So I have to go here. Stretches, whatever the case is, we're working on this arm. It's all about this wrist, right? And of course, the secondary thing is, while we're playing this game, we're making them tired, right?
Right. It's heavy.
That's why we're here rather than here or here, not so bad. That's where we're at.
The sweet spot.
We're right where, if you do this to yourself, it doesn't hurt really anywhere, but get right where your ribs meet at the top and tap right there, and you go, oh, that hurts. That's where the pressure goes. And we want to roll that pressure around because it's affecting the lungs. It's a bad day, right? It's a bad day. What I don't want to do is be on there and then take the weight off unless it's for a good reason. If I take the weight all the way off, then I have to be ready to go knee on belly or chase you, whatever the case may be. Now, this is the big one. From standard side control, which we will rarely get on each other, normally this hand is going to be like doing this job, right? Which is a good defense, except for it doesn't protect the neck. It protects the collars. It does protect me reaching, I guess, because if I start reaching, yeah, you got 2-on-1. But nobody defends, like, I'm like just heavy, this. Nobody really defends that. And if I'm like, dang, his head is too heavy, I can just do this kind of thing. Just kind of rock up, get under, and then lay back down. The fight is over at this point, unless this progression is stopped here. So, but we're not going to talk about stopping the progression. We're going to talk about where to go from here. Now, simply wrap your neck over this way. If I'm too far over, of course I'm going to go that way. If I've only got fingertips right here, you could just rotate your, you could use your arms, or you can just simply rotate your head out. Like I don't have a good grip. If you wanted to just move exactly, I have nothing good. So I must be there, at least there. I got a little bit deeper that time, but I didn't want to be so deep because I want to show you that you don't have to be that deep to start. So you go 1, 2. Now start to walk. At this point, what are you thinking as far as defense? Roll to your knees, or what are you thinking?
Maybe control this hand.
This hand, which is 100% what we need to finish the choke. If that hand comes off, because I need to go to B. I'm at A. Actually, I went to B. Now I need to go to C. And C is here. Now this hand doesn't even matter at this point. Because, I mean, I go, and I'm out,
Oh yeah.
right? So nothing that you do.
Wrap it.
Yeah, wrap it. Wrap it.
I feel like this is the only thing that's saving me.
You think. You think.
Like if this wasn't there to be a done deal.
It's still going to be a done deal. It's just that that hand is going to be hurt. Because I'm not going to drop.
Still a done deal.
It's still a done deal. And it's maybe a 40% squeeze. It's because that first wrap was as deep as it was, which wasn't even that deep. And I was able to make it to B. So, just as a defensive idea, if you are caught on your back right here, there's a couple of things that you can do to kind of make this not pleasant for me. One is kind of just lightly push off to your hip and face me. Like all the way there, yes. Now it doesn't matter if I wrap your neck if you don't let me push you back down. So use your foot, even more, boom. Wide, like this. Because I want to lay you back down, but that foot won't let you go. And at any time, your feet, you can kind of re-square to keep yourself straight like this. But if you go in a little bit, boom, you're gonna go to your back. So that's one idea. Two, go all the way back down, is this elbow of yours stays very, very heavy. So you're exactly off your feet, driving your elbow, and your head stays flat. Yes, that I don't like. And if I start to go around here without the head wrap, use both hands, push me off, just push straight arm me, and then do your will. Exactly. Without the head wrap, what's prevented that? With no head wrap. So I'm just like, let's see, what was it? You were too heavy. Now, you have to be aware that this arm could be vandalized, or this one.
Right.
So they're like heavy. That's why sometimes you'll see Helson like this. Because he's holding his lapels and then driving his elbows heavy to the ground. Back muscles in to make heavy elbows. Because if it's just like heavy elbows, then your arm strength is doing the work. But feet and back muscles, then it's the shape of your body. That makes sense, right? And then the head, heavy head, it does force me to do other stuff. Of course, I'll check it. No good. If I start doing weird crap, like I'm gonna check it like this. Say you go for a boat drop. Yes. Exactly. So that should never, if they do that, great. But what's gonna happen? Yes, heavy. And if this one gets too high, of course, there's a way to use knees right here, right? To open it up.
Isolate, yeah.
Then we can start to cause more problems than is probably right. Like I'm already in a position to cause problems for you. Being under this elbow, trouble. Even that, like right there, no good. There, I'll finish the choke. Because this side is still able to wiggle and do that. This side, it feels like it's being protected. But even with the arm in there, like I'm gonna leave one hand out.
I started feeling on the shoulder.
Eventually. And the thing is, we do it all day. That. So
Let me get one couple reps in that north side.
yeah.
Please.
And then with Noah we'll do the guillotine defense.
Alright, so we're here.
I'm not going to defend properly.
About this. And then we'll come in here and we are kind of rocking up to get to here, right? That's all we need to get to, right here.
Not even that far.
Just to here.
That's it. You don't even have to make this grip. Just like,
What is
yeah,
it?
just limp.
We're just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Because what am I going to do? Am I going to push it off? No way. If you feel me start to do this, you can easily prevent it and you're gone. Now you're at B, perfect. There. Do you feel the difference?
All the way. Like all the way, right?
Now, I want you
here.
here, but I want you to drop your body weight. So keep this stuck. Yes. Now start your squeeze. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. And start back from, let's see. Yes, here. Arm is in the way.
Okay.
But try to continue from here with the arm in the way. Perfect. Means nothing, right? Now feel the difference.
Yeah, if your head's heavy. So then you have to go to one of these.
There's like little opportunities when this defense is implemented. So I might grab the throat right there.
Oh, okay. So you're right there.
Then you just wrap. And just wrap. Boom. Yeah. Doesn't matter if the hand's in. Doesn't matter. They'll probably pull it out. Stay here. Once you get right here, start to slowly inch your body away, like toward the cars. Oh, that's great. That's great. So the whole magical thing is dead arm is wrapping. 2. A little correction right there. That's where sometimes I like to give a little bit of space so that they try to wiggle. Give me a little bit of movement, and if they do just a little bit of movement, like a little bit of breath maybe, then get a little bit deeper. And not like shoot a little bit deeper. With your dead arm, just get a little bit, deslackify a little bit. Deslackify. when you do desackify, you go angle away, boom, 2, 3, 4, and then body weight in, S grip, feet are way out here. Now you do your pressure this way. It feels like nothing's happening. Use your feet a little bit and push back and drop pressure.
You'll find that sweet spot.
Yeah, it's either going to be that way, going into the bottom of the throat, or this way. The trouble is, sometimes you lift their chin and you're squeezing like right here, and they're just breathing. But when you go down, sure enough, you're not hitting the arteries. But this right here will choke them. And you're not using any energy whatsoever like this. You literally could go to sleep right here. And they're gonna pass out.
Yeah, because there's some like really tough dudes if you don't. Some people, if you get it wrong, it's just super uncomfortable. They'll panic. But there's some guys that's just not gonna happen. So it has to be
that
right. Little adjustment. It's gonna find its way in the right spot.
Yeah, it has to be for people that don't like to tap or feel like they shouldn't be tapping to you, or they're trying their best and they think this is like super uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna pass out, I'm not gonna tap out. So then you have to get it exactly right. So they're just about to pass out, then they'll tap. And that's how, try 1, try 2. Neither works. Pick one and then stay there. How long? 15 seconds? Because the pressure is, unless you squeeze and you hear like you're squeezing, freaking bones are popping, then maybe just loosen up and say, hey, you care too much.
That's usually when I tap, is if I feel like my neck popping. I'm kind of sensitive about my neck.
This is one, because sometimes with the movement, like cut that angle and then go back, you're doing a little bit of this, and it does happen. So it's uncomfortable, super uncomfortable. What we're gonna work on tonight, this was just Roger looking at a technique to add to the arsenal. It's super effective, but against one specific type of opponent, the skilled defender. An unskilled defender you never can tell what they're gonna do.
They're probably gonna expose their arm.
They're probably gonna expose their arms. They're gonna give many different options before it gets to this thing. But the clever defender is doing like movements in such a way that you wind up in this spot. And that's why it works. Because you wound up here because they defended, and then their neck was exposed. But we're going to talk about another technique where the neck is exposed. The guillotine defense. When they teach the guillotine defense at most self-defense schools, they teach the one that everybody knows in self-defense, that your neck gets wrapped and you do this one, right? So he lifts, go ahead. And I'm fine. So let me back up. Boom. Now either he drops me back, he lifts and then drops me back, and we can get lifted and drop back down, no problem. Or I walk around to the corner. Once I get here though, I want to bump and then walk my feet. Now, Roger prevented himself from falling because I didn't say anything about falling. But this time, Roger, what I'm going to do is bump, and then I'm going to walk and then set you down gracefully. Okay? So like square back up. Boom. So number one, keep it there. Number one, we don't want them flat on their back right here to defend. So one thing that we can do, pull them up on their side. See that? Squeeze. I'm good. Squeeze hard. Still good. Still good. Still good. Still good. Are your arms tired?
Yeah.
And now, we get here. Control. So let's look at it one more time. Without a partner, actually, we can practice this just a few times. You want to get in base. A lot of times we'll say jump into base, but all that means is bend your knees a little bit and then widen your feet up a little bit. We're going to go right and left. Whichever way you start, go with that foot first. So if I'm going right, I want to go boom, boom. Don't do the kick though. If I'm going that way, this way. Going that way, that way. As opposed to, you see the difference? Going that way, not that. We want to lead with that foot. A lot of people ask, what if I'm got too far out? And bring your feet a little bit closer and do it right. Boom. So just try that a few times. Boom, 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 boom. Try it. Okay. On this time, we're gonna go 1, 2. With your front foot, I want you to kind of go bump. Just use that knee to kind of turn it in. We're simulating bumping that knee. So I'm going 1, 2, bump. 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 Make sense? Let's try that. So let's go this way. 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. Freeze. Now, as you lead the way, keep one fist at your chest, just like this. So we're going this way. Whichever way you're going, use the opposite fist. So I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna use my left fist. So it's gonna look like this. 1, 2, bump. I got my fist right there. I'm gonna go the other way. 1, 2, bump. Switch. 1, 2, which way? Bump. 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. Got it? Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. 1, 2, bump. We're good. Here's the deal. On one of these, on the second bump, 1, 2, what we're simulating is pulling that arm off of our neck. So it's heavy elbow, like this. So we're gonna try it now with a partner. And it looks like this. Roger, you're gonna be able to do it to both of us. So 1, and just go very slow as he just kind of bounce, lift, bump, bump. And as I bounce, then I'm gonna do the same thing and lay you down. Okay, Roger? Bump. Now, remember, this hand of mine under his neck, There's a technique to do there, but we're not doing it. We're bringing it out and putting it on the ground. So we can use it to pull him to his side. So now I can breathe. How long do we let him burn? Well, if he's squeezing, then I'm gonna kind of just stay heavy with my elbow and let him burn. And burn. If he's not doing anything, then we're gonna come here. Boom. Boom. So you, number one, don't get choked. So you're, as they wrap, your 5 fingers, all 5 fingers, are grabbing here. And you're putting your body weight on it. Heavy elbow, body weight. The other arm is reaching like you're trying to reach for his wallet. You'll never be able to reach it. But, so I don't want to go like this. If I go like this, even if I defend my neck and he chokes, I'm not holding myself up right here. Now I am. Now I'm literally holding myself. So pick me up again. He even has a difficult time doing it because it's so effective with the body weight. How can I mess this up? Let's go to this side. No good, no good. I might even get tapped like this. So boom. As soon as he wraps, no, we go 1. Also, I don't want to look my head into the choke like this. I don't want to look my head into the belly, but I do want to open up a little bit. You see that? So I'm not going here, I'm going this way. 2, and I'm ready. If he doesn't go anywhere, then I'm gonna walk. If my knee is in front of his knee, no good. I'm still gonna get in trouble. So I have to go here, behind. Once I get behind, now I can bump. And when you bump, take your little 1, 2, put your hand on the ground, knees down. Make sense? Bump, 1, 2, hand, knees. Bump, 2, hand, knees. We could be dropping our body weight into them, but because we're working with partners, then we're doing this little walk, hands on the ground, that whole thing. We'd be really horrible and just drop them. But the problem with that is there's no control if you just drop a human being. So there's a healthy middle ground. Even with a bad guy, of bump, walk, and hand on the ground, just because it's the most controlled way to do it. Cool. You want to try that out? Let's try that out a couple times. Good. Is it choking?
No.
So lift.
Did that off.
Get this on this side. Lift his body. There. Are you better? Yes.
Yeah, I just did that. I just have it. I don't know why.
So keep it like this for a sec. If he's squeezing, if he's still holding on, be in no hurry. Because you want him to burn. But when you feel like the time is right, you're going to pull your hand out from behind his head, if that's where it's at. If it's not, then simply bring it, blade it across his throat with your forearms. Yes. Nice. Good. And at this point, Roger's defending so fast, but you would go to standard side mount control, which would be like let him side mount control, Roger. Boom, stretch this back leg straight out. Yes. Kind of like this kind of deal. Good, much better. Nice. Very good, okay, okay. Now I see, yes, Roger is kind of showing a potential issue right here with the half guard. So what might we be able to do to prevent that half guard is kind of just rotate around here a little bit further. Yes. Drop that knee all the way to the ground. Good. And almost face me a little bit. Like this. Pop your butt. Good, that's it. Perfect, perfect. Does that feel a little bit better, Roger?
Yeah, great.
Good.
He's
So-
not too far up, so I can't boat drop him.
Yes. Which would be what he's talking about is if you got a little bit lazy and just kind of sit up to see what's going on in the world. Sit your head up a little bit right now. Is he far enough? They'll lay you down sometimes like that. And normally if you get laid down like that, it's a dang, man, dang. Shouldn't have got laid down like that. Good, good. Good. Everything good, Roger?
Solid.
Nice. Switch with me, Noah. So, freeze. Wall. So, this leg of yours, it's kind of like this. If I feel him starting to go for that leg, I can kind of just, it has to have a sensor on it. So that any little movement in that direction, I'm already prepared for. Like I'm heavy, I'm doing my side mount control, then he starts to think about that down there. Let me go here. So I was here to here. It's a good control. It's like very tight. Not the same as standard side mount control. Now, why not this way rather than this way? Why not this way? This way, you know?
I don't stay in side mount. I usually get swept, which I'm assuming is why you don't do that.
That's a good reason. There are a lot of good reasons.
I feel like you could swim for 100.
100%, that's another good reason.
I feel like he would have been able to do something to circumvent your weight with that knee right there.
100%.
So,
There also exists a little bit, although my knee is on his hip,
It's a light knee.
it's a light knee. And it is leaving space unintentionally. But when it's stretched, like my hip is literally on his hip right here. So no matter how much he tries to re-guard, my hip is too heavy. It's in the way. Like I'm gonna follow him, right? I mean, I could even bring it in and it's still with that little bit of space. If he tries to go for it, not gonna happen. I go back. He tries to go for it. Regard. Tries to boat drop me. Not gonna
Too low.
happen. I sit up to be boat dropped. Not gonna happen. So, like I go to here. This is where you're gonna get boat dropped, right here. So if I feel him start to straight arm, foot goes back. Then I go back to standard side mount. So I'm like here. He wants to push me back. Control. Number one is going to be control. So let's go back to the guillotine defense one more time. Wrap the neck, please, Roger. Perfect. He wraps, defend the neck. Number one, your hand defends the neck. Now freeze. Good. Yes, good. Yes, like crazy, like that. He lifts. As he lifts, you bounce yourself over to the side. Boom, good, good. Boom, nice. Okay. Now, if you're being choked, if you feel like, oh, the choke is effective right here, what do we need to do? Get them, roll them to their side a little bit. So yes. You can even kind of pull and push to your butt a little bit that way. This arm will help you. Yes. So you can kind of turn there. You feel a little more breath here?
No, fine. That was fine there.
It was fine, good.
Just I'm cramping right now.
Where?
My leg. This one right here, is like.
Do you need to stretch it?
Probably, but it's fine.
If you need to, sometimes this happens. It's like you can't stand. I've been in a situation where I couldn't stand the safe position. So really, I basically just walked my feet around and then went right back to it.
It's better to be in a safe position than just deal with a cramp.
True. You don't want it to get worse though. It depends, right? If you're rolling,
I'm just dehydrated. That's it.
That's a whole
yeah.
other thing.
It's fine.
So defending, perfect. If he's still squeezing, let him squeeze. When you feel it, always bring the arm across the throat, blade the throat. Even if you can not have to, blade the throat. Freeze here. If you go too far over the body right here, what's going to happen? Right, he's going to go this way. He's going to go this way. If the second that you get there, he goes, you'll go. But the safe spot is always going to be a little bit more on the side that you're on. So when you get there, kind of settle in on that side. Under the head and under the arm, yes. You prevent his regard by the sit through. Good. Now picking your head up. Good. Perfect. He goes back to. Good. Follow. Yes, sir. Perfect. And now you can bring. There's that boat drop. Good. Now, freeze. When you feel that what we're calling boat drop happening, this leg of yours stretch to the moon back here. So you're like this. You start to feel that happen. Go like this. This leg. Stretch it back. Boom. Yes. Prevented it.
Perfect.
Yes. Watch your head, Roger. And that, Noah, is exhaustion. So he sits up 100% confident that you are going, but you stretch your leg, you just got a big win right there. Stretch. Yes. He's legitimately trying to, and it's not going to happen. And from here, Noah, you have such control because you're set up so right that you can pull him this way. Like, yeah, let me help you out a little bit. So you have control. This is literally what control is. You're moving his body around as you see fit. Good. If he gets a little bit crazy, also, another thing that you can do, like Roger's really defending collars and arms right here. But if you chose to, you can do a little bit of pressure on his face. Do we want to get into that, Roger?
Yeah, sure.
So hug the neck, like pretty deep, and use your shoulder, yes, into his face. Good. And it's purpose driven. So you get there, you do a little bit of pressure into the face, lighten it up. He's probably gonna push. So like, I don't like that. Good, give you a little bit of space. And when he does, then you're ready for that and you can use it. But the number one thing is pressure, control, prevention, is to exhaust him.
So I know this doesn't work, but when I was in move back, I was taught to do a shoulder on his, like elbow on his shoulder and push down on it.
Really?
And it's sharp pain. So he's gonna push with that, and we were immediately taught the arm bar the next day.
Who taught that? Really? Does that sound crazy, Ryan?
Because it was before,
It's interesting, but I've never learned anything like that.
it was before, so,
We can erase the names.
no, I just don't know, I don't know who, I like confidentiality, but,
Oh yeah.
it was before I was taught briefly by someone else, I don't forget the name of, but I think it was Roger, right?
I remember Jerry.
Someone had your name, it was either Ruben or Roger, I don't know.
Oh, he's, is it the Catholic Kingdom? What's his name?
What was that guy's name?
I want to say it starts with a P or something.
He was the other guy coaching with me, right? He was a blue belt.
And afterwards, I went back with Jerry,
Oh,
and then it was Jerry and Craig together, and that's what I was taking.
Oh, were they still teaching you to do that?
That was with Jerry and Craig. I didn't learn that without, and they said not to use it in tournaments. That's why I was pulled out. I was learning tournament stuff.
That we'll take this out of video, but let me say this. If they were telling you to do that, then it feels like maybe possibly setting up a situation to intentionally fail.
I don't know. That is what I was told, because I've learned this exact
Shoulder of justice thing.
from the guillotine down here. That's why it's fine. I'm not asking questions on the solid ones, because I've learned it before.
Yeah.
And the next thing we learned was not the elbow, the arm bar, and then the Americana.
Okay. But they taught you to elbow,
It
cross
was
pain.
it was also around the time where we were learning takedowns, and this was heavily emphasized when you take them down, just to give them pressure, give them always something to feel heavy on. When we were doing the knee on belly, we were literally told to just be as heavy as possible. I mean, it's a good thing, I'm pretty sure, in a fight, but like,
Right.
that's what I think was in their mind, to just be painful. Because
Yeah, that is that you hit the nail on the head with that. When we teach stuff like this, to get the hands up, normally we'll say slap the face or reach for the face. Like I might grab the throat, and normally I'll grab it like this, so like that, and then lean my body weight into it. The trouble with using your elbow right there is, number one, I'm bending my arm. And a bent arm, just bend your arm and just hold it here. It's kind of this is a indication for you to possibly do an arm lock, right? To bend that arm. Like, I would do an arm lock from the bottom right here. I would wrap his arm and then bend it that way. Yeah.
You have some talks about that?
Yeah. I was gonna go the other day and train with him and teach a class.
Jerry was a good teacher. I was just a sensitive kid. I don't remember much of playing at all.
No, he's not a good teacher nor a good guy, and it's not a good thing to talk crap in the jiu-jitsu world, but I don't think he's in the jiu-jitsu world. I think he's in the businessman, make money off of jiu-jitsu world. And Jerry is a good guy that is somewhat misled by sportive techniques. I
Because
would
like,
say.
does this hurt? Like, does that hurt at all?
Mhm.
Like, that's what they told me.
It
and
probably
made
does
them,
hurt.
and we were with kids, so they pushed up almost immediately.
Here's the thing. If you were a 100-pound cancer patient, fresh out of chemo, and you were fighting Brock Lesnar,
I have no clue who that is.
you're fighting Micah. You're fighting Micah.
Oh my.
Fully juiced. I mean, he's like won the lottery that day, and he is so pumped. And you hurt your niece. You hurt your niece. So he is gonna hurt you. You putting your elbow as hard as you possibly can as a cancer patient into him means nothing. He will not do anything. And we have to think of it from the perspective that we're weaker than that person. So it has to be something that will work on them if we have no strength and they have a bunch of strength. So what is that then? Well, every human has a weak throat. So we can reach for the throat. Every human has a reaction to their face being reached for. It might be a good reaction or a bad reaction. But if you just slapped Roger, don't. But if you just slapped the crap out of Roger right now, I promise you, his hands would come up. Because it's a human thing to just pop and hands come up. So, if you get here, it's a real fight, and it's off school grounds, I guess, because we don't say punch or kick the bully.
Well, I
But
don't think it will do anything. I mean, there's nerves here, which is probably why it caused a lot of pain.
oh yeah, but Roger could do that to me. You and Roger both could stand on my shoulder, one shoulder and the other shoulder, and it would suck. But I probably would withstand it. If it was like, just take this for a minute and your life is saved, then I'll withstand it. But you driving your body weight into his throat like this, he's not gonna withstand it for long before he's like reaching up to pull the hand off. And when that hand comes up to reach, now it's exposed. Does that sound right, Roger?
100%.
So pain here, it also does something that it creates a belief, or it creates a singular incident where pain and strength and possibly size and power and athleticism is the necessity to make the technique work, right? Driving your arm in like Sage, could Sage drive it in there hard enough to make Roger lift expose? Not a chance. But she could, from a good, like perfect position, if she's in the perfect position, look back and then slap his face. And just that slap, it won't do anything, but it will be like enough to do that, enough to cause a reaction. We only need a reaction, because if he just slap nothing, then he's probably like Jason Voorhees. In which case, then you're gonna have to do a lot of freaking elbows all over the place. Cause slap nothing, slap nothing, then he's dead. So you want an arm exposed, reaching for the face is the #1 way to make that happen. If it's a situation that you're in a tournament or something like that, then your movement, knee on belly, mount, side mount, stuff like that, that's where they expose their arms, is you moving. Like if you'll lay down, Roger, I don't want to go too far in the weeds, but head towards Noah. So one thing I might do right here, Noah, is use my knee like this. Like I'm gonna go into his body and then stretch. You see? So I'm under his elbow right now. He can go back this way, but he's not gonna go back there. So I'll go, He's in trouble. The arm is exposed, you see that? headlock setup. No pain. Let me just feel this. I also feel like I need to lift my body a little bit to push down. Like I'm here pushing, I don't have any good leverage. But in order to create pain, I'm also creating an angle to be pushed this way, right? So I'm not controlling. But here, I'm still controlling, and I've trapped it. Already trapped it. Knee on belly. Trapped it. And all of these are ways to make the arms exposed for that cancer patient. So if it's good for them, then it's good for us. If it's not good for them, then we don't want it. Down the line, there, of course, for us, for you, you're getting there to the point where you can use some of your personal attributes. They're there. So like Roger not able to use his explosiveness and size isn't fair. If I can use my small size to get around small places, then why can't he use his big size to move things and to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's us using our personal attributes is a part of it. But when you're building the frame, then you want it to be like perfect. Once the frame is perfect, now you can start to do some crazy crap like make the doors open up into nothing and like a fun house. Which I saw in somewhere recently, but could have been a hotel maybe, where the door, no, it was at the place where I worked. But, you know the place. They had a door that just freaking second story opened straight down to the concrete. Crazy. Now, this is the thing. If the person, last thing, they don't teach this as part of the technique, but it must be learned. I learned this from Hidon at Hidon Gracie's seminar. If you'll stand up. If the person is wise and they wrap your neck and you do this, don't do it though, Roger.
Mm-hmm.
But this this right here prevents the pressure and the choke, but it doesn't prevent them from jumping guard. So if they're savvy, Jiu-Jitsu savvy, I have to be more concerned with their legs than with the choke. So believe it or not, I'm gonna let go with both hands. I'm gonna let go with both hands. Why? Because I need to prevent him from using his guard. And the way that I'm gonna do that is I cut a little angle. So immediately I go from right here to here. And when I get here, I'm gonna go 1, 2. When I get 1, 2, boom. I'm gonna use which leg? My back leg. So let's get against the wall. So if we do this against the wall, like put your back against the wall with a little bit of butt out like that. So everybody can see what's happening. Angle this way. Yes. So we're like this. Bump. 1, my hand, here. Number 2, here. I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice what I'm not doing, Noah, is this. See my toes on the ground? Mm-hmm. If I get here and he's savvy, he's gonna step out Step out. Boom. He's stepping out. So what I want to do is I want to be heavy. Now, if I'm this heavy, he's gonna fall. We're doing this because of the wall, so I can show the bottom. 1, 2, 3. That setup step is to be able to do this. 1, 2, 3. So without Roger, 1, 2. Why my hands go before my legs go? Because if I go like this, a guy with long legs can still jump his legs around you. So you blade number 1. Even if he jumps that leg up, my arm's on the inside. 1, 2, setup step, 3. Toes flat. Again, if you go here, like this, the good guy is going to step right out. So it seems a little bit weird, but you go 1, 2, your setup step, 3, 4, and then the big one. Lean your body weight into him and take a big back step. And we're going to do this just a couple of times without a partner. So 1, 2. At first, we're not doing any grabbing. If I grab Roger's legs, he's still going to jump guard. 1 grab and 1, I can't remember what he called that. Wrist redirect maybe. So 1 grabs, 1 redirects. You do a little hop, setup step, and then your back leg. Boom. It's a lot easier than it looks to hit this takedown. Because once you're here, they're already trying to choke you. So they're not worried about like perfect base. They're trying to choke you. And when you hit that point, this is what happens. Same thing, same takedown. He wanted to cross his feet, but on the way down, 1, 2, and your legs are out of the way. So last thing, all I want to do is everybody to do this. 1, your hands are kind of mirroring each other. 1, 2, set up step, and you're gonna do a wide little boom. It's okay if you lose your balance, but look, I'm gonna rotate so that my foot lands flat. Like this. If you land that right, you'll feel it in your butt.
Let's see it again.
1, 2, set up step, 3. I'm gonna twist a little. Yes, that's it. That's it. See now? Boom. Yes. Set up step. That's the most good. Do it. Good. 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 Yes. That's it. That's the most difficult part for a lot of people. Good. And, you know, that's a perfect back step. The only thing I would say, Roger, is for this part, it's the freaking bane of my existence. Because my legs are short. And when I messed this up for so many years, I would get like this. I would do it from here. And I would go like this. No good. Because I'm not doing what? Setup step. I learned, of course, along the way that I could put my hand on the floor and either do this on the inside or out. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I come off the wall. Or Now check this out. This leg of mine. See that? So we landed like this. Where did we land? Actually, we landed like this, and then I go here. So I can stay heavy. Now, I want to remove this foot. If I take the weight off, and I try to remove the foot, he's gone. So rather than do that, I can hold on to him, push off my foot, and then watch. I'm pushing into him and then freeing my leg. He's still heavy, life miserable. I go help myself right here. It doesn't matter if he pushes down here, then I'm gonna rotate and rotate. Like, this is good. We want him to waste energy. I'm not going anywhere. So if he's fighting, good. Let him fight. Like, I got my foot flat right here. Let him push. Let him push. He's like, oh, he's got me. He's got me. He's got me. I don't want those knees to rocket up and hit me in the face stuff. So that's why this is my thing. I'm either like this or like that. Because I know that those knees want to hit the face. So you go like this. 1 or 2, elbow in the way. He still might hit you in the body. Did I say that? He still might hit you in the body.
Well, hits you in the body.
But those are like 2s, no problem. If we're here though, and I need to get my leg free, don't forget, this is a major concern. So, we wouldn't get here and be like, hi, Mom. Hey, look at this. Look at this shit. Wait, what are these? And the bow drop, or whatever, reverse bow drop. Dead. Dead drop. So we land, boom. I'm thinking about it, that's the main thing. Especially if he starts like, somebody's, you want to take a visa? You want to take a visa? Oh, no. Then I know he wants to knee me in the face. It's all good. Of course, these are a potential threat as well, but that's why we need to hurry up and get to a good controlling position. By the way, if he starts to want to think about punching and whatnot from the bottom, don't be so quick to stop him or be worried with that either. Be more concerned with closeness, like as you just start to kind of punch a little bit or try to punch.
Yeah, I don't see a way to do it from safe. Maybe if I'm just crazy.
Even if he does, he created the space, so we accept the space. Right? Now we're here. Hey, you shouldn't have hit me. Boom.
He's pretty much done.
Oh yeah. Again, you shouldn't have hit me. Pulling this elbow, keeping him on his back. He's not gonna go anywhere. Now, if I let go of that elbow, this is what they teach right off the bat. This is okay. But, strong guy, as he starts to roll, I might lose it. But, what we found is, if I'm able to gather up this elbow, as he starts to roll, he's not gonna go anywhere. He has to put his elbow on the ground to start to roll. If you can't put it on the ground, go. You're stuck, right?
Yeah.
Now if he wants to roll back in to me, knee on belly. Now we're going to work. Now we're here. Now we can really start to exhaust and how did this progression of events happen? The face was exposed. There's so much power in strikes that if you ever hear Noah, that sport jiu-jitsu and self-defense jiu-jitsu, it's all the same stuff. This is how we can decide. We'll lay down, nobody throws strikes, and let's just do jiu-jitsu. Let's see how it goes for 5 minutes. Then let's do it again for 5 minutes and say, both of us can hit as hard as we can. You're not gonna roll the same. You're not gonna roll anything the same because you're gonna be like this. Like we're gonna both be trying to make no space. And from that position, everything changes. A little bit of space, punches. A little bit of space, elbows. And one good, like that, strike, and you're a white belt at best. So, any questions about any of this? Next time we'll dig in more of to this one.
Heck yeah.
Because a lot of people get that mixed up from the get-go, like me. But I have so much to be able to dig into that it's going to take another class because we'll be here all night.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do that. The people at home, they were asking about the dog. They heard about the dog. Did you hear about the dog?
Oh yeah, the dog.
The dog incident?
Yeah.
No, why don't you
Come join us.
pull up a chair here. So,
Nope.
that's all right. Here's what happened today. This is a true story. I swear this is a true story. So I was driving around in a nice neighborhood off a road called Culebra. So y'all know that area, right?
Yep. Right down the road.
Yeah.
How far down?
Maybe 4 miles. It was probably like 12 minutes from here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got elotes and then drove over here. It was about 12 minutes, and that was right beside there. But this was afterwards because I had to kind of cool my nerves with some delicious corn. So what happened was I was driving by and looked. I'm driving slow, look out the window, and there is a pit bull, a big pit bull though, like solid, looked like a Rottweiler size pit bull. So a huge pit bull that was so angry that I could see all of his teeth. He was low to the ground with his ears back and pointed, snarling and snapping at a baby in a stroller with a mom and a dad. And he was getting closer and closer. By the time that I got right up there, he was like that close to the baby, this close. The dad, at one point, as the dog got closer, like you're the dog, the dad was like this. He got right in front of the dog, between the baby and the dog, to try to calm, assertive the dog back, like the dog whisperer. But the dog wasn't having it. He just kept coming for the guy. So I pulled up like 3-4 feet and I rolled down my window and I just started making a whole bunch of chaos. Like I was banging on the side of the car, honking the horn, whistling like that, but like as hard as I could possibly whistle. And the whistle is what caused the dog to go from the baby to me. So he started to go from like back and forth. So then I started to whistle. And the dog would go like 2 feet and then he would come back towards me, and 2 feet and back towards me. At some point, the whistling and the banging, I was trying to also do weird stuff like show him my teeth to try to get the dog to attack me. Then I was just gonna drive a little bit down the road and let them go. But the dog, he would focus, and then he would go back to the baby. And therein lies the problem, is that he didn't forget about the baby. And he went back, like he was headed for that baby like a bullet. And I whistled again, honked the horn, and then I rolled down the window and I put my arm out and like dangled it like this. Like he's probably to the car from me. So
4 feet.
not far, yeah, not far. And I wanted it to be like, yeah, you might be able to just run at me and get my arm right now. Because I thought if he grabs me, at least I'll just drive and dangle him down the road. You know what I mean? And they'll go. But he kept going back and forth. So at that point, I opened the door, hoping that he would come charge into the car. And the dad is still trying to get the dog to, basically, we're trying to see who would be attacked to save the baby, basically. The dad's like, no, attack me. And I was like, no, come here, attack me. And the dog was like, screw both of y'all, going for the baby. The mom at some point, the mom picked the baby up and held the baby up like this, which is probably the best thing that happened, because that kind of added to the aspect where the dog started to focus more on me. So as the dog, he's like, me, baby, me, baby, me, baby, screaming. It was like a chaotic, crazy scene. But at that point, dangling, I'm gonna slap that thing if it gets close, close.
Big old June bug in here.
2 animals that I've tried to murder today. But ordinarily, dogs are, anyway.
Leave it on me.
Anyway, this is the kind of zen that you have to have.
It's nighttime in South Texas. You get June bugs.
You get pit bulls and you get June bugs. And if the pit bull comes, then you fight it. If the June bug comes, then you freaking freak out. But you know what the point is though, honestly? It doesn't matter if you're scared of the dog or the June bug or the guy or the bully, as long as you're there when it's time. You know what I mean? Like, the dog was gonna kill, or was gonna attack somebody. And definitely I was terrified. I'm sure the dad was terrified. But if the dog attacked the baby, well, I was already going to cause catastrophic injury to the dog if he got close enough. And this is like just a terrible scenario, but he's trying to attack a baby.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? I had thought, if he gets close enough, then I'm gonna open the door as hard as I possibly can. If he gets close enough, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's all like as much damage as possible. But the dog, as I was causing the chaos,
It was super aggressive.
had decided I'm not worried about this guy anymore, and he started to entirely focus on the baby and the lady and the guy, and he's going for them and not coming back to me. So he's 100% like decided it's their day. At that point, I whistled as loud as I possibly could. It's like a movie, and then all of a sudden, as the baby and the dog are this far apart, a lady opens the door to a house right here and says like, Skippy, something like that. And the dog goes, whoop, and just goes into the house. And I said, hey lady, your dog tried to kill a baby. And then she just, like, all I saw was a house coat or whatever into the door.
She was not gonna stick around.
She was gone. But I looked out the window to the guy and I said, not today, buddy. And the guy was like, so that's how it ended. I saw them on the way out of the neighborhood because I stopped and texted everybody. And I was like, that just happened.
Yeah, I got that text.
Yeah. And so it was like 5 minutes later, on the way out of the neighborhood, I saw the parents and the baby again. They were pushing the cart, but holding the baby up like this, still. So that was,
It's wild.
that's wild, man. And that happened from like, I'm just listening to me play the guitar on my videos and working or whatever, like just hanging out, and then all of a sudden, baby's about to be killed by a dog, like that. That's how fights happen too. It's like everything's normal, nothing's wrong, and then some dude is just like gonna fight you no matter what.
But that's not the only wild thing that happened. Didn't you say you just got a, like when we started training, you got a, was it a voice, male or something from Oleg?
Let's see, because I haven't even heard it yet. What if it's something like, "Hey, you guys suck"?
Dude, let's play it, and if it's something crazy, we can always edit it out. Nobody will know.
Let's see. Get it close to the screen.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says.
Looks like you do everything vice versa. First of all, this is an insult to write me that you got another person. Second, you got all the numbers, you got all the time, and don't write here anymore, please. Like I said, this is an insult. Do it as I ask you to do. Thank you.
What the? I think he's got the wrong person.
What was the last thing you wrote him?
The last thing I wrote was the same thing. What would your latest opportunity in the day be? What is that? There's another message.
Maybe it was like, oops.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Or double down.
I think we agreed that you're gonna write me on another number. WhatsApp, Viber, or Telegram, doesn't matter. As long as it's free for you and free for me. So stop writing here, please. I don't open it. Very rare, once per month.
What?
What are you texting him on?
Facebook. Isn't it free?
No. For other countries, no. If he's not in our country.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Oh, wait. We just had another act on the most recent show we released, so we will, I guess, you are the Russian bear, the fighter. Dig into this subject as deep as humanly possible, and then we'll confirm you are also the actor Oleg Taktarov afterwards, and talk about that for 5 minutes, maybe. This will be about all things you are known for, your opinions on what may or may not be misconceptions about the original UFC, and what exists in the modern day. We have many questions.
So you're saying, like, if he's in another country, he could potentially be charged for him to...
There's sometimes in other countries, depends on the country, data charges may apply because Facebook can apply its security policy, which is a really bad one. So it's basically saying we can't pirate your information and sell it to companies, so we're charging you.
Oh.
Oleg, we
That's
had no
why-
idea.
That's why people use WhatsApp, but that's not.
Oh, okay.
common.
Did he give you any other... he mentioned something about other ways to contact him.
Oh, he gave me his cell phone number, number one. So, but I thought that would definitely be like a charge.
Wow.
And I thought,
where
okay,
is
too.
he? 'Cause
Russia.
That might. It depends. There might be sanctions.
Then he also gave me WhatsApp. But the WhatsApp thing was for, I was like, where can we reach you to do the show? You see what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So I figured that number is for the show.
So we're not going to contact him on Facebook anymore. It'll be WhatsApp only.
Unless
Unless it's too late and he's already been insulted.
Well, that's the thing is, I don't know if I even wanted to bring this up, but I did want to. No, I don't want to bring that up. Possibly get the beat down of a lifetime.
you were saying, like, man, how cool would it be to have like a friendly challenge
Yeah,
with this MMA legend?
yeah. But not like a for real. Let's see who's better. Because he's like a beast.
Obviously, he's a legend. He's a great fighter.
Legend. But that would be good for like the world, because the fans would see Oleg fighting again. The name Oleg Taktarov would be back on the billboard where it needs to be.
Hey, honey.
We just had an actor that basically.
I guess he got mad at us because I think we messaged him on Facebook and he preferred WhatsApp.
Shall we listen?
Yeah, have a listen.
It's only 20 seconds. Just
Yeah, he sent us a message, but I guess he wanted Joey to message him on WhatsApp because it's free, I think.
yeah.
He mentioned a charge.
Who knew? But anytime it starts with, then you know there's gonna be trouble.
Looks like you do everything vice versa. First of all, this is an insult to write me that you got another person. Second, you got all the numbers, you got all the time. And don't write here anymore, please. Like I said, this is an insult. Do it as I ask you to do. Thank you.
How about that?
Sounds like there's crows in the background.
Right?
See,
He's like, I'm gonna go
that's
out to the
something
field.
straight out of a movie.
That he wants to do, I guess.
I take my gun out to the field and I message this one.
I gotta get up early. I'm not there.
All right,
Okay. So that was unexpected.
See, I didn't have any context. All I know was like it was like a pleasant thing. It's like, oh hey, you know, Oleg is possibly going to be a guest on our show. So apparently,
There's some miscommunication. Language. I'm gonna chalk it up to language barrier. He speaks perfect English, but I mean, and I speak.
the next time he sees you, he might slap your face off. He might just punch you.
I think that's two different languages. I don't know. I don't speak either of those languages.
Well,
This is insult, too.
It doesn't sound like he's going to be on the show.
Do you think that I'm gonna give up? I'm gonna message him right back on here. And
Dude,
I don't give up.
Oh my God.
Ask these guys. Hey,
I know you do message everybody, but usually it's like all like positive and polite.
it will be. Yeah, I'm joking. I'll square this up, of course, and that'll be that. I don't know if we'll add that in. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
I mean, I think it's hilarious, but hey, good job, Noah.
Yeah, that was perfect, man. Perfect. So
Right.
that's that. That's lesson number 7,000, somewhere in there. Or is it what? 27? 15? Who knows? Hey,
It's up there.
come over here. By the time you get here, we'll have a mural up here of Roger, kind of doing one of these. Shirt, pecs,
Six pack.
six-pack, hair, and he's gonna have pigtails. Just like that, up on the wall, right there. So if you get here and that's up on the wall, you're gonna get 2 free classes of how to twerk. If it's not there, then we're gonna give you Jiu-Jitsu. Fair? Twerk and Jiu-Jitsu. Hey, I'm wearing a dress shirt to do Jiu-Jitsu, so twerking is the half, not even like the beginning of the problem.
That dress shirt is insult.
Everything is insult, my friend. Hey, I will message you from the crows and and I will teach you how to be man. Bye bye.